What's going on, everybody? It's Jordan back today with today's video. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at Chainlink. And we're going to take a look at the longer time frame charts to see what we can find and if we can find any type of pattern that's going to be telling us where Chainlink is going to be going to next. And I think it's going to be a pretty high level. So make sure you guys stay in tune for this full video. Now let's jump on into the daily chart for Chainlink. And if you guys know, if you guys have been following my channel forever, we know we're in this long-term rising wedge pattern for Chainlink, right? You can see, followed by these yellow lines here, both on the top side and on the bottom side. You can see both are respecting those lines perfectly, albeit a couple fake outs, right? Where we had our March 2020 dip, and then also where we had our January 2018 fiasco back in January 2018, right? So other than that, we've been respecting these lines absolutely perfectly, and I expect the same thing to happen now. You can see inside this rising wedge, we tend to form a symmetrical triangle. Like I said, albeit a couple fake outs when we pumped out of it here, and then we came back down underneath when we had our March 2020 crash, right? And that's to be expected. Other than that, we've been respecting these symmetrical triangles our whole way up here, and we've now just formed our fourth one, which looks to have broken out. Now, where is our next move going to come next? Well, you can see what Chainlink just did on the short-term time frame. It just came back down to back test its previous resistance as support. So I want to see this hold to us continue back up to the upside. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, where this should be bringing us up to it next, based on previous history, should be back up to the top of our wedge, right? Which, if we went straight up today, would put us somewhere around that $45 mark. If we went straight up today, obviously we're not going to go straight up today. It's probably going to take us a few days to get there. So I do expect, probably like a $46, maybe $47 Chainlink once we do hit the top of this wedge. Now, if we do break down back below this support line, that could be pretty bearish short term. But until that time, we should be pretty good. Overall, in order to really keep this uptrend, I would like us to hold our 50-day moving average. And if we do hold our 50-day moving average, I think we'll be pretty good up to continue higher. As you can see, this 50-day moving average just tends to be our support on our run up to the higher part of the wedge, most likely, right? So that's really the daily chart for Chainlink and obviously this rising wedge. Now, if we do break this rising wedge, we'll go over our targets. I do think we're going to be seeing a massive target here for Chainlink coming up throughout the end of this year. If we do extend this out, say if we do, we stay in this wedge for the entire year, that puts Chainlink at the end of this year somewhere around, about $100 Chainlink if we were to stay in this wedge. Now, obviously, we could break out of this wedge and completely destroy that price prediction. But as long as we stay in this wedge, it's looking like somewhere in December of 2021, looks like around $100 Chainlink. Now, let's go look at our next chart, which this is a new one, right? This is basically down here. You guys can see in the yellow. This is our extension from the 10-week moving average, which I think is a pretty good, indicator to see how overextended we are on our current Chainlink run. So you can see here, we've basically had 3 top outs for Chainlink. We actually had one more back here, which was actually higher on this extension. But you can see as we make our 3 last local highs, right, we have been in a general downtrend on this indicator, right? So you can see the gains have been declining, which is totally normal, right? Which is to be expected. As our market cap goes up for Chainlink, it's going to be harder to get those same exponential gains that we've seen in the past, right? So what does this mean now? Well, this could mean that based on this basic trend, it's not a perfect line, but based on this perfect trend, we're seeing declining gains, and we could see our next move for Chainlink top out somewhere around the 1.65 level on the MA extension, right? And to get this MA extension, it's basically just our current close price on our current weekly candle divided by how our price of the 10-week moving average to get us our extension. You can see once we get too far extended, we come up to this relative trend line is when we start to get a pullback on our general Chainlink price on the USD. So it would make sense if we came up a little bit higher, tested this. It would probably make sense of us retesting the top of our rising wedge as well. And we get stopped out there. We get stopped out on our MA extension. something like this, over the next couple weeks, we come up and hit this. At the same time, we hit our MA extension, and then we get another pullback, right? That's what's to be expected as we continue this trend of downwards gains on Chainlink as the market cap gets higher and it takes more money to move the Chainlink price higher. So I do expect this to get a little more extended from the 20-week moving average, but we are starting to make that next run up from our extension from the 10-week moving average, and we'll see if this general trend continues. If we did include our Chainlink's big run up back in 2018, it's actually pretty interesting because our 10-week moving average is somewhere up in this range as well from the extension target. It would actually pretty much confirm our exact thing because we went that much extended from it in 2018. It's not shown on this chart, but it's pretty much respecting our general downtrend of percentage gains from the 10-week moving average. So interesting chart there. We'll keep looking at this as the time goes. I like to start looking at more of the longer term time frame stuff and not so much the short term time frame stuff, because in reality, it's important to zoom out and see what's happening in the macro sense and see what's going on there. Okay. Last thing I want to look at is the Chainlink Bitcoin pair. Little interesting fractal playing out here for Chainlink. You can see basically what we do is we, before we each have our next big parabolic move up on the Chainlink Bitcoin chart, we tend to make this pattern where we get a downward slope of resistance. We make two higher lows, get back above our 100-day moving average, and that's when we make our next run. You can see each time on these green levels here are our relative local tops where we do this pattern. You can see the same thing happens every time. We have downwards resistance, make two higher lows, and then continue up right after we get back above that 100-day moving average. You can see right now we're pretty close to that 100-day moving average. I think as soon as we get back over this, it also correlates with this downwards resistance we currently have, and that's going to lead to our next big run up on the Chainlink Bitcoin pair, which could see similar type things to the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, where we see Ethereum and Chainlink really starting to catch up on Bitcoin. That's what I expect to happen. A lot of these higher cap altcoins, I do expect to catch up on Bitcoin, seeing as Bitcoin's very much higher of its previous all-time high than we've seen Chainlink and Ethereum currently get. So that's what I'm expecting to happen. Relative long term for the Chainlink Bitcoin pair, as we probably see Chainlink start making another run. You can see this pattern's a lot bigger than our previous one. So this next big run up could be massive for Chainlink if something similar was to happen here over the course of the next couple weeks. All right. So I am expecting a gain on this. Like I said, we just got to get back over that 100-day moving average and also above this previous resistance line. Other than that, Chainlink is looking super good for a next move up, at least, like I said, to about $45 on this big rising wedge. Obviously, we could easily break this rising wedge and start getting pretty parabolic here, or throughout the year, like I said, we could just stay in this rising wedge, oscillate up slowly towards the end of the year where we start getting to near $100 and then maybe have a blow off top somewhere near the end of the year. But obviously, we're going to look at it from a realistic point of view, and when we do touch the top of this wedge, we usually have a decent sized pullback. So maybe if we go up to $45, maybe come back down, maybe to like $30 or something like that, that would make a lot of sense as well in the short term. All right, guys, so hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, smack the subscribe button down below. If you're new, hit that like button for me. Also, I'm going to be live streaming tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you guys are looking out for that. Also, go join our Discord. Link is in the description, where we talk about crypto all day. We have a good time over there. Bunch of funny memes, bunch of funny stuff going on with crypto, and knowledgeable stuff as well. So go check out the Discord link below. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.